Hey guys, it's Mike and Jake here. We wanted to give a warning about this video because it does deal with topics that are very sensitive, such as sexual assault, child abuse, and child molestation as well. If you are sensitive to these topics, this might not be the video for you. We don't go deeply into it, but we do discuss it. So if you do get upset or triggered by these topics, please
skip this one.
Maybe skip this one. But if this warning doesn't apply to you, please continue. We just wanted to give you guys a proper warning. So thank you. We appreciate the support.
Enjoy the video.
Yes.
Do I do this too? Is this what the cool kids do?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, no.
I'm not cool. I wasn't popular.
Yeah, I know. Why am I asking you? I'm just kidding.
What is going on, serial killer and true crime fans? It's Mike coming back at you along with Jake. Indeed. Back in Jake's car for another episode of Serial Killer Chronicles. Today, guess who we're doing?
Who we doing? I'm curious.
We are doing... Okay, that sounds really bad considering we're talking about a female. We are talking about Aileen Wuornos.
Ooh, a female slasher.
Indeed.
All right. I'm interested.
What do you know about Aileen Wuornos, other than the fact that she's female and a serial killer?
I'm going to be totally honest with you. I don't know anything about it. I've never even heard of this lady before.
Okay.
Right now. So.
Oh, so sweet. I picked one that is really going to be learning about now.
Yeah.
He has no experience, so there's going to be a lot of questions going on today.
I'm going to freak out a lot. It's going to be great.
It's not nearly as gruesome as Jeffrey Dahmer was. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so childhood's just as sad, if not more sad, so.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna need a big old gulp of the old bang, if you know what I'm saying, because I'm definitely ain't hanging.
Promo time. If you ain't banging, you ain't hanging.
Bang, sponsor us, please.
Please. I would like that very much.
We're working on it.
We're trying.
I'm drinking Star Blast. What are you drinking, Mike?
I am drinking Blue Raz.
Clink. That's good. That's real good.
V Refresh.
My heart's gonna explode. It's gonna be perfect.
Oh, this is my second one today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I had one for I had one during one of my Zoom classes this morning.
You said you were gonna have one for breakfast.
I kind of did.
Yeah.
I've done it before. Not afraid to do it again.
All right,
I will admit. So we're gonna see how 2 in 1 day goes. Last time I did this, I was working an all-nighter. So.
Oh yeah. All right.
So yeah, Aileen Wuornos. So yeah, I don't know any nicknames for her, so we're not gonna be able to be like, now introducing. Blah, but yeah.
So what years was she active?
So she was born in 1956, and she was active all the way from, God, it's in my notes somewhere, I swear. She started killing in 1989 and killed over a 12-month span.
Oh, so she was a little older when she started.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little older than old Jeffrey.
Oh, good old Jeffrey. 18 years old, slashing people in his backyard.
What a guy.
What a guy. God. All right.
It's terrible.
So, you guys ready?
I'm ready. And if you ain't got a bang, you ain't hanging. I just want one more. Sorry, sponsors, please.
You ain't banging, you ain't hanging.
Well, I'll shut up about it.
We'll shut up about bang now, we promise.
Okay.
So, yeah. Turn off the lights and get ready for the story of Aileen Wuornos.
About to get spooky.
V Spoop.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So, Aileen was born Aileen Carol Pittman on February 29th. She was a leap year baby.
Oh, that's interesting.
February 29th, 1956, in Rochester, Michigan, to parents Diane Wuornos and Leo Pittman. Both her parents were extremely young when they married each other, and her mom was only 14 and her dad was 16 when they actually did marry each other. Mm-hmm. And they had Aileen 3 years after, so 17 and 19 years old. And that Aileen actually wasn't their first kid either, as they gave birth to Aileen's older brother Keith 11 months prior to Aileen.
Okay.
Yes.
So, was he also a vicious murderer? Or?
No, actually, he wasn't.
All right.
So it was the same thing with Dahmer. They were at least 1 for 2.
Gotta take that slow sip of that bang.
The slow.
Oh, we said we were gonna stop talking about it. Shit.
Oh, God.
It's just so good, though.
Oh, no. It's so good, though.
This has turned into a bang podcast. Oh, Jesus.
I will tell you right now, so far, none of the serial killers that we have talked about have passed the vibe check. But we are going to call that the bang check.
That can mean a lot of things.
That can mean a lot of things. Anyways, so Aileen actually never met her father, as he was incarcerated at the time of her birth. And Leo, her father, was actually a diagnosed schizophrenic and also had committed sex crimes against children.
Oh, God.
Yes, not fun.
So evil runs in the family a little
Evil does run in the family a bit, yes.
God.
And due to struggles raising her children, Eileen's mom, Diane, actually left her 2 kids with her grandparents. And her grandparents would actually later legally adopt both Keith and Aileen, officially changing their last name to Wuornos. Eileen's grandfather was actually a very cruel and abusive man who, in drunken rages, would strip down, beat, and sexually assault Aileen at a very young age.
Oh, Jesus.
And at the age of 11, Aileen started to act out sexually, as she would engage in sexual activities and actually have sex with people at her school in exchange for money, drugs, or food.
Did you say at the age of 11?
Yes. 11 years
Oh,
old.
my God.
Yeah.
That's god-awful.
That's that. Not fun. You gotta remember, this is also 1967, so this premarital sex, this is like progressive America back when everybody was conservative. So like you gotta think about like how much like of an outcast she must have been, truthfully.
It was like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still
it's terrible
no matter what,
because she's 11. But
Right,
like,
right.
oh my God.
Oh my God.
The another bad thing though, she would also have sex pretty routinely with her brother.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not watching any of those stepsister porn videos tonight after this. Not that I would anyways, but
I am looking at the time clock on our camera right now. We are 7 minutes and 22 seconds into recording.
and I'm already talking about Pornhub.
And we might have just gotten another strike.
Did we get one already?
No, we didn't.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I gotta be on better behavior. Holy shit.
No, we didn't get struck for the Jeffrey Dahmer video. But
That's a surprise.
that's very surprising.
Go watch episode 1 if you
Yeah,
haven't seen that,
please
yeah.
go watch episode 1 if you want to know why we're surprised that we didn't get struck. Okay, I need to stop laughing because this is like a very depressing part of her life. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
At 14, Aileen actually became pregnant after being raped by a friend of her grandfather.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She,
She gave birth to a boy on March 23rd, 1971. She was only 15 at the time, and immediately put him up for adoption. Her grandmother also passed away later that year. Due to many struggles with grades, her private life. Obviously, Aileen would drop out of high school at the age of 15 and was actually thrown out of her house by her grandparents. By her grandfather, I mean to say. And she turned to prostitution to support herself and slept in the woods by her former home.
ugh.
Yeah.
The woods are not comfy, as to what I've heard.
Yeah, you're right. I've camped a few times. It's not fun.
No.
Well, okay, camping's fun, but homeless sleeping in the woods where you probably have like a thin layer of leaves to rest upon, that's not fun.
Plus prostitution.
Yeah.
Probably not a good time.
Yeah.
You ain't hanging. I didn't say it.
I'm trying to be as innocent as possible here, because we are talking about a depressing subject.
All right. I'm gonna keep it together.
We'll at least wait until she starts committing crimes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's when we can start making fun of her. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, we're at the crime part. Okay.
Oh,
so we're good.
perfect. Okay. All right.
So when Aileen turned 18, she quickly started engaging in very delinquent and criminal behavior. As she was arrested for DUI, drunken disorderly conduct, and firing a gun out of a moving car in Colorado.
Sounds like a good Saturday night.
You say that every video.
Been there, done that. Let's move on. Come on.
Oh,
to
God.
the good stuff.
She was also charged with failure to appear in court after not showing up to the court dates for the previously mentioned incident. In 1976, she actually hitchhiked to Florida, where she met and quickly married 69-year-old Louis Gratz Fell. She's 18 years old when she does this, by the way.
Oh my God.
It was considered so weird that papers actually ran front page news stories on it.
He's like actually triple her age. Not like double is bad.
More than. He's more than.
Oh my God.
Because what, triple, 64 is 3 times 18. So yeah, 3 times plus 5 years. So also,
we're not math majors, as you can tell.
No, we're not. But I will say, 69 years old, nice.
I was I didn't comment on it purposefully. I was like, you know what?
I told you we were going to start making jokes at the crime parts.
Okay. All right, well, nice.
Yeah. And when she was actually down in Florida, she would oftentimes get into fights at bars and was even arrested for throwing a cue ball at a bartender.
A cue ball.
A cue ball.
Oh,
yes,
okay.
Like a billiards ball.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Okay. Wow, that's weird.
Okay, more depressing stuff, so we got to stop joking for a minute.
Okay.
The same year, her brother died of esophageal cancer and would leave Aileen $10,000 in inheritance. And she would actually use that money to pay off fines as well as buy a new car, which she totaled just a few weeks after purchasing.
Aww.
She would also end her short marriage with Louis after just 9 weeks of marriage.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm holding in the jokes. It's hard, but that's really sad. It sounded like a good thing too. I was all excited for it.
Yeah, we thought she had something going for her, but guess not.
No.
On May 20th, I wrote in May 20th. I just realized that. On May 20th, that's the right grammar. Aileen was arrested for armed robbery after stealing $35 and 2 packs of cigarettes from a convenience store. She served just over a year in prison before being released back into the public.
Oh my God.
Over the next couple of years, Aileen was arrested multiple times for crimes such as car theft, check forgery, armed robbery, attempted armed robbery, assault and battery, and possession of an unlicensed firearm on multiple occasions.
Okay, now as a criminology major, can you explain something to me? Because I always hear, and this is going to sound really stupid, but like I actually don't know what it means to be charged for battery.
Battery, I believe, I don't know the actual definition of battery, but assault is trying to like inflict like some form of bodily harm. Mm-hmm. Let me actually search this now because I'm very curious.
I hear this a lot, like on like other true crime stuff, and I'm just like, I honestly,
they never go over it. Oh, okay. So assault is like physically. Assault charges can be brought on by only the threat of violence, so you're actually threatening somebody. Battery is actual physical contact that the other person is not wanting, and it's physical. It's offensive, unlawful physical contact, so it has to be physically damaging to the other person.
Okay, so that's different than like something sexual too, right?
Sexual battery is
that's a thing too.
That is a thing.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Sexual battery is actually physically touching somebody in a sexual way, unwarranted, obviously.
Yeah.
Or sexual battery of a minor also falls into that category. Assault is a word, or sexual assault is like obviously a term for rape. So
right, but battery would be just like sorry, this is a bad example, but like just like groping a boob or something like.
Yeah.
Okay,
pretty accurate.
Gotcha.
We promise we're not perverts.
No, I'm using it as an example.
No, I know, I gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously very rough criminal stretch for her. But during this period, she actually met Tyria Moore at a Daytona Beach lesbian bar. Tyria would assist in many of Eileen's crimes and would even assist in some of her murders. And while she was on death row, she would admit that Aileen would actually admit that she was in love with Tyria.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So was she just gay, or was she also like...
She was bisexual.
She was... Okay.
So she...
Because I was going to say she was like married to a dude.
She was, yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And obviously slept with her brother. Incest.
That's just so messed up. I don't even have anything to say.
That's all I have to say. It's just incest.
I hope mom and dad don't hear.
I really hope they didn't know. Oh God, I really hope that they didn't know. Oh wait, God. She wasn't even living with her parents at that time.
I hope. Wait, this is even worse. I hope Grandpa and Grandma don't find out. Well, right.
Her grandpa was doing stuff too.
Oh my God, they're all evil. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with evil right now.
Oh,
this
God.
is terrible. All right.
Lord. Oh Lord. Anyways, that takes us to November 1989. I previously mentioned that Aileen started killing people in 1989, so this is the start of Aileen killing people. Excuse
me. Real professional. Real professional.
I haven't eaten in a while. This is the only thing that is entering my stomach right now.
I mean, I'm talking about porn, so that's not any more professional. I'm one to talk, but
we're gonna find a way to just clip the term "groping a boob" when Jacob said it.
We'll just bleep that out. They'll never know.
They'll never know.
They'll never know.
Shit, you're the one that edits too.
Yeah,
damn
exactly.
It!
Yeah, get wrecked.
Boom, roasted.
Boom, roasted. All right, I'm thirsty for some kills here. What did she do?
Oh God, I'm just gonna go then. Please don't kill me.
I won't.
So yeah, Aileen actually started a 12-month period in November of 1989 where she killed a total of 7 men.
Ugh.
Her first victim was 51-year-old Richard Mallory, who was a convicted rapist and sex offender. So more evil. Aileen claimed that Mallory had tried to rape her and that she killed in self-defense. She actually did this with all of her victims. She claimed that Mallory had succeeded in, I really hate saying that, succeeded in raping her. That is such a gross term. I'm so sorry I had to say that. But she claimed that all the others had at least attempted and that Mallory actually did. And very violently, apparently. His body was found 2 weeks after death with multiple bullet wounds, including 2 in his left lung, which were actually deemed to be the cause of his death.
Oh my God.
Eileen's second victim was 47-year-old David Spears. His naked body was found in June of 1990 along U.S. Route 19 in Citrus County, Florida, with 6 bullet holes strewn across his entire body.
It was just like hanging out on the highway?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I think it was like, you know how highways like oftentimes have like walls or some sort of barrier on the side of them? Yeah. I think it was like on the other side, so it wasn't just like a dead body just kind of out in the open.
It was like kind of hidden.
Yeah, that's what I think. Don't quote me on that. I wasn't alive then, so I wouldn't know. So after that, her next victim was 40-year-old Charles Karskadon? What is it with all these complicated names?
Maybe she just targeted people with like bad.
It's not even like names. This. It's not even this episode. We had, what was his name?
Oh, there's a guy in the Dahmer one.
There was a guy in the Dahmer one where I looked at it and I'm just like, that was a name.
So you better watch out if you got a weird last name.
Yeah. Clearly, some serial killer is going to target you if you got a weird ass last name.
Yeah. Yep.
I feel like we're going to get to like Green River Killer, like, or somebody, or BTK or somebody like that, and we're gonna be like, all right, his next victim was 37-year-old Jeffrey Shamalama Ding Dong, and like,
oh my God,
and his cousin,
Fred
Smith, and then Fred Smith's half brother, Jacob Porcupine or something like that. I don't know. Jacob Yukon, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I won't lie. Jacob's last name is very hard to spell. I see it when I pass by his mailbox, and I'm like, Jesus.
That's why I go by Killjoy Jake on the internet.
There we go.
It's like share. It's just like one thing.
How do you spell your name, last name?
It's Juchum. And
If I was your substitute teacher in high school, I would have said Jew Chum.
You know what a lot of kids would say? I was Jewcum. And I know. Yeah.
I was gonna say that I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
At least like you didn't have people asking you like, hey, what if your last name was Hawk? Your name would be Mike Hawk.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah,
that's
really bad.
That's your real last name, Hook?
Hook is my real last name. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
HOOK and everything.
That's easy. I envy that. Yeah. Mine is.
I've never had a substitute teacher question me on what my last name was.
Kids made anti-Semitic jokes towards my last name, so
Indeed, they did.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, all I have is people misspelling my name when they hear it. I've gotten like HUCH, HOOKE.
Yeah.
I've gotten all of it. It's weird.
Yeah. That's such an easy one to do.
Right?
That's so weird.
I think it's just like they're like, oh, he's German, so it's got to be like some weird ass last name spelling, and it's like, it's got to be pronounced like Hawk.
Hawk. Gotta
get the phlegm in there. I'm part Jewish too, so it's like more like Hawk. It's just all phlegm.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Why are we talking about this for so long?
Sidetracked.
We're so sidetracked.
You're lucky I'm a good editor.
I mean, I'm 100% open to keeping this in.
All right. Well, let's keep this train rolling.
Yeah. All right. After David Spears, we had Charles Carskadden, whom Aileen killed by shooting him 9 times.
Another bad name.
Yeah, exactly. That's how we started that conversation.
Yeah, okay. All right, I'm shutting up.
His body was found badly decomposed and wrapped in an electric blanket in Paso County. Wuornos had been spotted driving his car and also pawned a gun that had been identified as belonging to him. That will eventually help lead to her arrest. Just saying. After that, Aileen killed 65-year-old Peter Siams. His car was found in Orange Springs, Florida, after Aileen and Tyria had been seen abandoning it. His body was never found. Next, after Peter, was 50-year-old Troy Burris, who was reported missing on July 31st, 1990. His body was found 4 days later in a wooded area along State Route 19 with 2 gunshot wounds.
So she kind of had like a system, like just throw them on the highway.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think like she like threw like the bodies out the window like as she was driving by?
I just got a really weird visual of like a spring breaker in Florida just jumping out a window of a moving car on State Route 19, just yelling, "Spring break!"
The whole body comes out. It's like when you see like those a-holes on the highway, like they throw their whole Taco Bell out the window or something. You're like, what
yeah.
But it's like a body, and you still have the same reaction. Like, you go, what the fuck? And then you're like, what the fuck? You know,
it's like, what the hell? And then you like look to the side to see it, and it's like got toes and arms and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, fuck!
That wasn't Taco Bell.
That wasn't Taco Bell. Maybe his last meal was Taco Bell. Why am I thinking about this?
Oh my God. The bang's really working.
It really is. I am hype right now.
Damn.
I am wired. After Troy, Aileen shot and killed 56-year-old Charles Humphreys, a retired Air Force major and former chief of police. His body was found in Marion County with 6 gunshot wounds in his head and torso area. His car was later found off in Suwannee County. Suwannee? I don't know. Eileen's final victim was 62-year-old Walter Antonio, whose nearly naked body was found near a logging area in Dixie County. He had 4 bullet holes in his body, and his car was later retrieved in another county. Spell check fucked me up with this one, so.
Did you say that was her last kill?
That was her last kill. So she only killed 7 people.
Okay, only 7 people. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not justifiable.
But it was also
but
it was also only over a 12-month period.
Yeah.
Dahmer killed 17 over like a 14-year period, so.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
So she's like a little faster.
Just a bit. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Really professional. Keeping it professional.
I'm sorry. As said before, though, I pointed it out earlier to you guys. Witnesses saw Aileen and Tyria abandoning Charles's car, and police were also able to find fingerprints on the found cars, as well as items that Aileen and Moore had pawned at pawn shops. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, like when they pawned the gun, the cars they found, they didn't wipe anything down. Because of her extensive rap sheet, Eileen's fingerprints were on file and were easily matched with the ones found on the items and the cars. This helped lead to her arrest on January 9th, 1981 in a biker bar. Tyria was arrested the very next day in Scranton, Pennsylvania. Moore actually offered a confession and to testify against Aileen in trial in exchange for immunity from punishment, and the detectives and the prosecution all agreed. Aileen confessed to all of the murders, claiming that she had killed all 7 men in self-defense, and that all of them had tried to rape her after soliciting her prostitution services.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's terrible.
It is.
You know, we make a lot of jokes, but I do want to say this is all, like, real stuff. It's all really terrible stuff. If you learn anything from this podcast, like, you gotta be silly about horrible things, but also, like, don't. If you have any, like, horrible thoughts like this, just, like, get help. Like, go talk to somebody.
Yeah.
You know? In all seriousness, I really mean it.
We do. And, like, we joke around, but I will tell you right now that that's one thing that we're never going to joke about is sexual assault or any form of, sex crime, because, we are very understanding that is a real problem that we do face in society now.
Yeah.
Not us specifically, but, women, children, even other men as well. And it can be very triggering to talk about, and especially if people joke about it. So we just want to get that little bit of admin out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, on January 14th, 1992, Aileen went to trial for the murder of Mallory and was convicted 13 days later. 4 days after her conviction, she was sentenced to death. During the sentencing period, a psychiatrist had actually diagnosed Aileen with borderline personality disorder as well as antisocial personality disorder. So what this means is that Aileen was very prone to strong emotional reactions and had a distorted sense of self. She also lacked empathy and was very susceptible to impulsive and aggressive behavior.
Let me ask a question. I don't actually. I'm literally asking this because I don't know. Mm-hmm. Is mental disorders like schizophrenia or like anxiety? Is that like hereditary? Like, could you get that? Like, is that? Do you think like she got that from her father, or did like she never met her father? So
yeah,
she could have learned it from him.
It does run in the family. It can run in the family. Like. If your father is diagnosed schizophrenic, then it is more likely that you will have schizophrenia at some point in time. It's not a guarantee. It's also, but it is. You are more at risk. With diseases like anxiety and depression, it's a lot more common to have it be not passed down because it's not a genetic thing. It's a brain chemistry and composition issue.
Yeah. So.
But you are more likely to be diagnosed or at least have it if you go undiagnosed. So she later pleaded no contest to the murders of Humphrey, Burris, and Spears. She was sentenced to death 3 more times on May 15th, 1992. So she's up to 4 death sentences at this point.
Oh, man. Wow.
She would later plead guilty to the murder of Karksadden and received her 5th death sentence in November in 1992.
At this point, like what's the... Just like wait, you gonna kill her 5 times? Like
she then actually pleaded guilty to the murder of Antonio and received her 6th death sentence. Well, Bundy received 3. You gotta remember that, too.
But, like... 6 death sentence? Like, that's like...
I mean, because it's like at this point, like, you're just kind of wasting, like, a life in prison sentence.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, she's already been sentenced to death, so let's just keep on doing it. And we are back. I hope your lights are still off. There we go. My finger's centered now. Because we are still discussing the story of Aileen Wuornos. You gotta be V-spoop at the beginning of each segment.
Very creepy.
Very creepy, indeed. So anyways, what I was saying, though, is, like, when Ted Bundy first one on trial, it'd be like if he was sentenced to life in prison there, and then for the same, pretty much the same exact crime, because he went on trial in Florida for the Chi Omega murders first, and then second trial was the Kimberly Leach trial. It's like if he got sentenced to life in prison for the Chi Omega murders, but then actually got sentenced to death for the Kimberly Leach trials.
So it's kind of like devaluing like one instead of the other.
Yes, exactly.
I get what you're.
Sentencing somebody to two different sentences for a very similar crime, or the same crime in the case of Aileen Wuornos, it's devaluing a life sentence if you give them death as well.
I got you.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
So she was actually incarcerated at the Florida Department of Corrections, Browers Correctional Institution. That's what it says. I don't know if autocorrect fucked me there too, but and she was placed in women's death row, obviously, and was later transferred to the Florida State Prison for execution. Wait, oh yeah, that's the place where Ted Bundy got fried too.
At the woman's?
No, not the woman's.
Oh.
No.
I was like,
no, he got fried at a Florida State prison.
Okay.
At least I think so. I'm just remembering things from the top of my head and the Ted Bundy movies, so correct me if I'm wrong. While in prison, she often accused prison matrons of messing with her food and belongings, and even her urine, too, and her saliva. They would accuse her of that. She would accuse them of messing with her urine and saliva.
how do you mess with someone's urine?
I don't know.
Like what?
That's what I wondered when I saw
I
it.
really need some specifics here.
I don't want to know. I just got that off of Wikipedia, so.
Like, are they splashing around in it? I can't let it go, man. I'm sorry. It's really bothering me. Okay, I'll let it go.
I would appreciate it.
Okay. I had to get the splashing around out, and now I'm good. Now I'm...
Okay. She claimed that she would also hear people hoping that she would commit suicide before execution, and that they were wishing to rape her before execution. Those are direct quotes from Aileen.
Ugh.
Yeah. Not fun.
No.
So, obviously, when people are on death row, they get a last meal. Aileen actually completely rejected hers and opted for just a single cup of black coffee. Yeah. Like I said, I don't want to say this because I was about to say that she's a nutcase, but then I'm like, wait, she actually has mental disorders, so I might not want to say it.
No. Maybe don't say that.
I'm not going to say it. And her last words were, this is a direct quote. I'm going to read this off of my phone, and I'm going to show you guys my phone so you guys can know that I'm reading this. Yes, I would just like to say I'm sailing with the Rock, and I'll be back like Independence Day with Jesus June 6th, like the movie, big mothership and all. I'll be back. End quote.
So her and Dwayne Johnson are going to take over the world, is what you're telling me?
Wait, did she?
No, her, Dwayne Johnson, and Jesus are going to come back on a UFO
and the aliens
the
and the aliens from Independence Day.
Oh, right. That's the next big blockbuster.
Oh, can we make that a film?
Let's make that. We're going to make that into a movie.
I want to make this a movie now. If there are any movie producers that are watching this, I don't know if there will be, but if there are any, message us on Instagram at @TheRealMikeHook or at @Killjoy_Jake.
Yeah. If
Please.
you want to hire us, like $10,000 is like starting price. So
At least 10,000
At least. So
each. Or if you can somehow get us a brand deal with Bang, we'll accept that.
Oh
too.
yeah, no, actually, yeah, we'll take that over the $10,000.
We would prefer that, but we'll take 10,000 too.
I am. People are terrible.
Yes.
People are really terrible.
Yes, they are. And she was executed on October 9th, 2002 at 9:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
2002. I didn't realize like how like.
Yes.
Like, I mean, that's not like super recent, but it's more recent than like Jeffrey Dahmer, you know?
Yeah, well,
wow.
Dahmer was also killed in prison. You gotta remember that. He
Right.
was never sentenced to death. He was only sentenced to life in prison. But yeah, that's the thing about death row is people stay on death row for like Richard Ramirez was on death row for like 20, 30 some years, I think.
Really? So it's
Yeah.
not like immediately. It's like a
No, oh god, no. Because there's a lot there. Because I don't know why exactly. I think with my 2.5 years of criminological studies at Cleveland State University, go Vikes. I drink to forget. I've never actually been taught about death row, but like, what I think is that like they want to give them as much. There's oftentimes like lengthy appeals that they have to go through, multiple appeals as well. So they have to take years to go through all of the appeals. And they don't want to just kill them immediately and have it just be like, bam, you're dead. You don't get any punishment except for being killed. Like, they kind of want it to be like, you know, you do have to serve some time at the very least.
Right. I got you. I get what you're saying.
And speaking of criminology, here's the criminological perspective that you get with every serial killer that we talk about. So, while Aileen was mentally unstable, she was not solely killing due to her mental state. Mm-hmm. That would make her a visionary killer, which are people that kill due solely to some form of mental psychosis, whether it be due to illness or active drugs. She was killing to steal and pawn items and cash from her victims as well. Mm-hmm. Due to this factor, Aileen would be classified as a comfort killer. By criminological standards, as comfort killers are people that kill for physical or monetary gain. Yep.
I guess, yeah, that makes sense. I feel like in a way, like you said, like some of her victims were like older.
Yes.
So I feel like maybe she was targeting people like that were like.
Well, these were all people. Like I said, these were all people that had solicited her for prostitution. So these were all people that she knew had enough money to pay for prostitutes and still be comfortable outside in their normal everyday life.
Yeah.
So, again, I have to go off of like what is known. She was stealing items. She was pawning them. She was stealing cars.
No, you're 100% right. I'm just saying, like, I think, like, I don't know.
I'm getting more admin about like sexual assault and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I got you.
She did claim that she was a victim of sexual assault or attempted sexual assault by these men. I'm not going to say that she wasn't, but you also have to remember she's very mentally unstable. She is antisocial, which means that she has no empathy. She's not afraid to lie. She thinks that she can lie and get away with it. So there is reasonable suspicion that she actually was killing these men unmotivated. Mm-hmm. Again, not saying, I'm not victim blaming here. I'm not doing anything like that.
But just nothing's confirmed. That she claims.
Yeah, the only person saying it is her, because she's the only one that knows whether or not it actually happened.
Right.
And it is proven that antisocial people are not afraid to lie and are very comfortable with lying, actually.
So anything could have
So anything could have happened, is what I'm saying, yeah.
I got you.
So yeah, that is the story of Aileen Wuornos, as well as a lot of talk about last names and trying to get a brand deal with Bang.
and splashing around in people's piss. Yeah,
and apparently that's too.
That's always fun.
We always got to mention something at least like 3 times.
I think the moral of this story is just, and this is totally serious. I'm not setting up for a joke or anything.
Oh, no, I know.
For once in this whole podcast, is seriously like, you just be a kind person, because like this person did these things because like so many evil things happened to her from other evil people. So it's just like, be a nice person, and people won't go kill and do other horrible things to people.
I 100% agree. Obviously, Aileen had a very rough childhood, to say the least.
She needed someone in her life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she didn't have anybody good for her in her own life.
No.
And so, my message, Jacob gave his, I gave mine. Be the good person in somebody's life. Don't be an asshole, essentially.
Yeah. It's well said.
Yeah. So, is that about it? Can I wrap it up?
I think so. Bang.
Hit
us up. Hit us up.
Please hit us up. And like I said, any movie producers watching this, message us on Instagram at @TheRealMikeHook, at Killjoy_Jake.
Check out Killjoy Jake on YouTube, by the way. If you like horror movies.
Do that.
Fake.
Even if you don't like
killing.
even if you don't like horror movies, still check them out.
Yeah.
You might start to like horror movies.
Yeah, you might. I might convince you. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
You could watch horror movies for 24 hours straight.
Yeah, I just did that. I actually did watch, and we might watch horror movies for 48 hours straight. I know. I might do it.
You are insane.
I know.
I would. Okay. I think that what we should do, we should parody that on this page, and we should definitely just watch Will Ferrell movies for 48 hours straight.
Oh my god, I could totally do that.
Will Ferrell or Adam Sandler. One of those two.
Okay, this is so off the rails because it's a true crime podcast, but I love Adam Sandler, and I don't get why people hate him.
I think
it makes no sense.
They hate recent Adam Sandler, like bedtime stories Adam Sandler. I think.
Oh, okay, I understand that.
I still love Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
That Adam Sandler. The one that would throw hands with 8-year-olds in movies.
Punch a kid in the face. Nothing's funnier than that, right?
On that note, thank you guys for watching Serial Killer Chronicles. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe to Unbranded News and Media. Follow us at Unbranded News and Media on Instagram and Unbranded News and Media on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram at TheRealMikeHook. Follow Jacob on Instagram at Killjoy_Jake and Killjoy_Jake. There we go. And you can turn off your lights now. Turn on your lights.
Out there, y'all.
Social distance, please. Be safe. Wash your damn hands.
Wash your hands.
Bye.
Bye.